Hiya, I'm Baz from Ghost, and today we're going to do a quick 5 minute walkthrough on the new dashboard that's just launched. So, by means of a bit of an intro, Ghost is a next generation LinkedIn automation platform that really helps you do one of two or three different things. First of all, is write really good content. We analyze 10,000 posts a week from top performing creators across markets, so we really understand what works well on the platform, and our composer helps you create content that's relevant for you based on the performance of other people's posts and the content structure, all those types of things. We then move into engagement, which will surface conversations that your competition is having with potential prospects. You can follow people in your industry who are thought leaders and comment on their posts, and it will bring those conversations to the surface so that you don't have to scan your feed on LinkedIn and find the hard-hitting, impactful conversations to be having. So that's our engagement piece. The next one is all about data, and I call that Signals. Signals lets you track people on LinkedIn and the people that are engaging with those posts. So let's say that you're in a situation where you want to snoop on competition and see who's talking to them, or understand who's talking to thought leaders in the space that might be showing intent to be working with those types of people. You can use those signals to track the engagements and bring those people into your engagement feed and then into the final piece of the solution, which is outbound. Outbound lets you drive outbound messaging, DMs, into people's inbox when they've shown intent to use other people's products or to search for a certain type of service, whether it be another software, recruitment, or marketing services, for example. So to break that down, you've got content, engagement, signals, and outbound. And those are the four areas that we'll cover today. So I'll jump straight into the solution. First of all, when you do onboarding, you'll be asked several questions, about 10 questions about who you are, your LinkedIn profile, your objectives, details about your ideal customer profile, the types of customer that you're looking for. And what that will do is bring you and build you a persona in Ghost that understands you. It will read some of your recent posts and start to understand your tone of voice. And it will build you this goals and audiences page, which gives you content pillars and gives you an idea of the type of content that it will write for you that's relevant to drive content, thought leadership, lead generation for your specific needs and requirements. You can see mine is all about selling software, performing well on LinkedIn, and these are the 5 content pillars that you see my content publishing with. So that's persona. That is the basis for what's used when we move over to the composer. And the composer really is where you co-create content with your AI assistant in Ghost. It's not all about 100% automation. I don't believe in 100% automation because AI will never quite get it right. The way that Ghost really works is that we write content based on our content pillars. So this might be how to build your online presence. You choose a writing style, which can be based on yours or those of top creators or other lead gen experts, for example. And then you can either write an idea, post idea, and you come up with those ideas, or you can talk to ChatGPT about those ideas, or you can get post ideas, and that will assess the 10,000 posts that we create, that we assess every week, and it will come up with ideas with a headline, some overview. You can use that idea, it'll put it in the box, and then you can generate the post. Then you click generate post, and what it will do is go and check your content pillars. It will write you a first draft of this piece of content, which is then available in the composer for you to then fine tune. We analyze all of the posts based on 5 different metrics. So there's a post analysis piece in here, and that will give you an idea how well is that post going to perform based on these different things: the hook, the proof points, authenticity, value, and actionability. So if there's down on the hook, for example, then you could rewrite your hook and reanalyze the post. If you're happy with it, you can go down to the bottom here and you can schedule it for tomorrow, for example, 10 o'clock, LinkedIn and Twitter, and post. And that's now scheduled into my LinkedIn. I'll remember to go back and cancel it because I've not read that. So that's the composer, and this is where you obviously write content. Everything then is brought forward then into the content library, and this is where you can see your drafts, the ones that you've written that are approved, the ones that you've scheduled, which I'll cancel just here, and all the things that you've previously posted. and it gives you an idea of some of the scores and things that you've had on those posts in the past. You can come back to drafts, refine them, and then push them forward into your schedule. So that's all around the content generation, and I'll move fast because we've got lots to cover, but the next piece is engagement. There's two ways you can use this. One is quite simply copy and paste the URL from somebody else's post and bring that into here. Generate ideas. It will go and read the post. It will understand who you are and what your objectives are, and it will write you some ideas for a response, which we'll put in the box underneath. And this is a really quick way. If you kind of just scrolling on LinkedIn, you might be on your phone. It's mobile responsive, so you can use that here, and it will give you a couple of suggested ideas, or possibly a short DM that you could message that person and say, hey, saw what you wrote about this. I think we can help, for example. The other way that you can use this engagement hub is to build a watch list. So you can add profiles here, name and LinkedIn profile of particular people. That will put them into the watch list. And when those people post, it will then bring those posts into the engagement feed. This really replaces scrolling the feed, trying to find posts that are relevant. This could all be thought leaders or potential prospect clients, people in your space that have a big following that are gonna, you can demonstrate your expertise in their comments. And this is where I do all of my engagement now, because here you see a whole bunch of posts from different influencers across the space. You can click reply, and that will show you the post below around what this guy wrote, and it will then suggest you the two possible responses and a DM opportunity here. If you want to take this one out, you can just remove it and it'll take it out of the feed. If you want to go ahead and post this comment, you can copy and post, and what this will cleverly do is take the comment, put it on your clipboard, take you to the post, and then your job is going to be quite simply to click and post that piece. So I'll leave that one there, and then you can mark that one as engaged. That post comes out of the engagement feed, and well done, you've done your first comment. And the idea with these comments is they're thoughtful, they understand your profile, they understand your objectives, they've read that content, they're in your tone of voice. And you can see here I've got 60 that I can go through, 18 saved, 34 that I've posted in the last couple of weeks. And this is my new engagement hub, and this is really where I do all of that engagement. The next piece down the list is sources, and this is where we start to get a little bit clever with data, because the old way of engaging with LinkedIn really is just post and hope, and see people might comment on your posts and maybe follow up with those people. The new way is a lot smarter. We can now, with AI, monitor and read the posts and comments of other people and track that engagement. So you can do that for people and company pages. And what I've got examples here of two people and different companies that might be competitors, they might be influencers in the space, they might be thought leaders. And what I'm doing is I'm pulling 800 people who have engaged with Matt's content into my data list here and into my contacts. And what that means is I'm tracking signals of people that have shown us a degree of intent through comments, liking, following these particular people. And then I've got those contacts saved into my social CRM here. What that means is I can do one of two things. I can either put that person into the watch list, and then it will go in my engagement hub, so I can engage with those people's content, or I can move those people into campaigns. And then I've got campaigns set up, which are direct messages. We can drive those direct messages off of the intent signals. So anyone that is engaging with Matt's content, I'm adding them on LinkedIn with a small introduction message. I'll go into the sequence here. So I've got a sequence set up for him where anyone that goes in there, I'm adding them as a connection request. I'm sending them a follow-up message saying, hey, we realize that you might be looking for LinkedIn tools, and then there's a follow-up message sequence that is in here. So I've gone from tracking engagement with the signals piece into a campaign. You can do that for individuals and company pages. So if you're a marketing agency and you see lots of people talking to another marketing agency, you can track those people. If you're a software solution and you've got a competitor list that or there's a big player in your market that has lots of customers, then you can go talking to those types of people. And here we've got a full sequence of adding people on LinkedIn, following up with repeat messages, the sequence, and then you've got an inbox which when people reply you'll get the data and you'll be able to reply to those posts. You can see I'm running this, and at 9:30, 3:30 yesterday, a whole bunch of connection requests for competitor solutions are being sent out, and I've got a daily limit set up. So at the moment I'm only doing 15 messages per day. You can go up to 30, and you can control all of that in your settings piece here. So that's a very quick overview of those 4 areas, from content, engagement, data, signals, and the outbound messaging campaign. That whole suite is what we call our full suite. It's $129 per month. You can either do content or outbound separately, but as I've demonstrated today, the power really is putting great content out there, engaging with people across the LinkedIn platform, tracking engagement so that you've got an idea of who's interested in moving forward with solutions and looking for services, and then the direct messages, which is the follow-up, it's the touch point, it's automated, and then you get your inbox hopefully flooded full of leads and engagement, which you can follow up with from there. So that was 10 minutes. I appreciate your time. If you're interested, do reach out and we'll be more than happy to speak to you, and I'll talk to you again soon.